Hi guys, and welcome back to reviews, fixes and hacks. And what I've got here with me today is some Everbuild Threadlock. This is the blue version, medium strength. So just looking at the label, it says Everbuild. It's industrial grade apparently, whatever that's supposed to mean. It is the blue version of the Threadlock. Loctite also do a blue version, and the blue version is meant to be medium strength. There's another version, there's various versions. The two common ones are red and blue. How do you distinguish between them? Well, one, it tells you on the label. Two, the color of the liquid. Anyway, the purpose of the blue one is it basically stops loosening of nuts, bolts, screws, anything that you don't want to loosen over time, especially on vehicles to do with vibrations, nuts and bolts loosening because of vibration. The red version is more like a permanent fix, and the only way to remove something that's been bolted together using red Threadlock is by heating it using a blowtorch to break down the Threadlock. Anyway, the blue version, here it is. It tells you medium strength. It's anaerobic, so as soon as there's no oxygen available, it starts to do its job. Non-drip, well, it is dripping, as you can see. I've used this, so in one of my other videos, when I've done the inner tie rod, outer track rod, and drop links on the inner tie rod, I actually had to use some of this blue Threadlock. But anyway, for nuts, bolts, screws and threads, and can be used on as received components. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but anyway, the whole purpose of me doing this video again is I've got a nut and bolt, and what I will do is just quickly apply a tiny bit of Threadlock to it. And given that it's dripping, just get the thread. That's it. You don't need a lot. That's one of the things with Threadlocks. You don't need a huge amount. But anyway, let me get this on. That's it. Okay. Get it on. Okay. Sorry guys, just had to put it on. There you go. So it says it cures in about, you can wipe off the excess, but I mean this is just for test purpose. So I've just put it on. I'll leave it for about 10 minutes. I will test whether it's actually held in place. But to fully cure, it takes 6 to 10 hours. So what I'll have to do is leave it as it is, come back tomorrow and show you how well it's actually held together. But so long as there's oxygen present, the way you store this particular Threadlock is as long as there's oxygen and it's not airtight, this will stay good. It's got a shelf life of 12 months, but this is because usually if you put it away, you seal it up, put it away, no oxygen, and it'll just start to solidify, polymerize. That's the actual term for it. Whereas the way I store it is very loosely put the cap on. So put the cap on, but leave it very loose and put it somewhere where kids or anybody else really, to be honest, that shouldn't be near chemicals or such, it doesn't get access to it. So as long as you store it without fully tightening anything, you should be fine for many years to come. Anyway, we'll come back to it. I'll show you what the finished article looks like and how well it's held together. Here's the nut and bolt with the Threadlock now over 6 hours later, to be honest. Now what I can tell you is it is impossible to undo this by hand. I mean, it is extremely seized on. It has locked on. So does this thread lock work? It does. I mean, I'm trying to push with one and do with the other. It does. I mean, what it's done is lock the thread, acts like a glue, and it's glued the nut onto the actual threads itself. Here's a close-up. Don't know if that's... I mean, you can't really tell much. You can see the blue colour of the thread lock on there, but it's what's in between, and that's what's held it. So that has totally and utterly held it together. The only thing I can do is, obviously, as you can see, I've got a ratchet, so luckily it's you know, 7mm, so there it is. And the only thing I can do, I mean, just to show you that, look, twist, I can't. If you look at the head, and then you'll see me twist, I can't even twist it. It's not twisting, but I'm going to try and undo it with a screwdriver. So let that hold. It's actually extremely tough. I don't think I'll be able to do it. That is super tight, and I don't think it should be that tight. Should be able to undo it without. So what I'm trying to do is undo, break the thread lock. And it seems quite tough. Well, clearly the thread lock is tougher than what I thought. I'm gonna have to figure out a way of undoing it. I mean, clearly I can't get something on here. I'll probably have to try some mold grips, and then using the ratchet try and spin it to see if it breaks free. But I'm just gonna have to get some more tools and come back to this. Okay, I was gonna get some mold grips, but what I've done at the moment is I've just got a screw head that fits slightly better onto the actual screw itself. So in my ratchet, what I've got is the nut. There it is. So that's going to just hold in place, and then I am going to try and unscrew it using this. So it's a better fit, so it should. Let's have a look. Ah, yes, it's getting there. Hopefully. In fact, if I was to even put it like this, you'd be able to see it. There you go. I think that should do it. That's enough. And is it working? Yes, it is. It's coming off. There you go. So you can see where the thread lock was, and you can see it actually coming off. So it's still quite tight. Let me see. Put it back in here, and let me see if I can twist it by hand. Oh, still can't do it by hand though, mind you. It's not as easy. The thread lock must be all the way through. I mean, it's coming off. It's easier than initial. I had to break the threads, but no, it's done. So here it is. It's done. There it is. There's the thread lock. So you can see it's just a glue, but this blue thread lock can be basically undone with a bit of extra force. I think it requires an additional 20 Newton meters of force to undo it, whereas the red one is more or less, well, a bit like welded on. You need to really use heat. But anyway, this simple demonstration shows that, you know what, once you put a knot onto some sort of bolt or anything that you don't want coming off due to vibration or anything like that, blue thread lock is your way forward. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and keep an eye out for future videos.